Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Toy Barn. It's me, Darren Lester, here in the middle of the Toy Barn all by myself. Kathy has had to take care of the baby kitten that we got in the other day that we found. Actually, I guess she found us. She's not feeling too well, so just remember in your thoughts and prayers if you can. Today we've done rather well. This counts, of course, you guys, when I count today, I'm talking 12 a.m. to right now about 6:30 in the evening. We're trying to shut her down a little bit and get ready for supper and all that other stuff that we're doing, and get ready to pack up the orders for the evening. But today we've done quite a good little bit. It's not the greatest day, but it's good for what's been going on with eBay and Mercari. And eBay's sold off, and I think we've got 9 items on eBay if I counted it right, and we've got 2 on Mercari. Now, I've carried my note out because I like doing my notes better than I do as far as having my phone, and sometimes, depending on how the weather's going, we have good reception. Sometimes it's iffy. I got to get a booster out here or something to get a better signal eventually. But I've got so many things in the fire right now, I don't know which way I'm going. I'm sure some of you guys feel the same way most of the time. But we're going to start out today with Mercari. Today, I sold an item that I got just a couple weeks ago. It's a little pullback toy, an Airwolf helicopter, and I sold that on Mercari to M Parrish 74. Okay, sorry about that, guys, but I'll go again with this because I know you saw it, but we're just going to make sure you got it. But again, I sold this to M Parrish 74 on Mercari for $5 plus shipping on top. We also sold, it looks like, a 1924 silver Mercury dime. I sold that on Mercari also for $5 plus shipping. And then also I sold, going over to eBay, I sold 2 1909 V-nickels. And the reason they're called V, as many of you guys that collect coins on the back can see, there's a little V in the back, which basically meant for victory, I guess, is what they was talking about back in the day. And they're both a little bit different there, where they're carded. We will usually take sometimes these coins out of the cards, because a lot of times they will have the original markings from the original person that we bought them off of. Gives you the grade, the booth. A lot of times we mark out their grade and put a grade that we think needs assigned to the particular coin, along with a given suggested retail price that they have given or that we have got from other dealers. But a lot of times we'll take them, we'll just flush them out, and we'll say we're going to sell them for what we believe they're truly worth. I'll show you that also on this. I'm going to keep that in the plastic though. That's a silver coin. Anyway, we're having a little problem with our camera today, but I'm going to go on back on about the 24S silver Mercury dime. Silver, last time I checked out for you guys that are into the coins, it was going at about $27, $28. Silver has been trending down as of late, but that's not that big a deal, because it goes up, it goes down. Usually it goes down, it seems, towards the Christmas holiday season, towards the fall, then it'll skyrocket back up till about July-ish usually. We also sold a 1982 Blueprints instruction manual, the 1982 Mobat Blueprints. Okay, and we sold that to, it looks like, J Brachamp. Okay, and that sold for $24.54. Again, in case I didn't say it with the shutoffs, the V-nickels sold for the 2 V-nickels sold for $9.26. We also sold one of these, and I really like this action figure. He looks really good, almost like when I got mine back in the day. He's the 1977 Death Star Commander. They later on changed him after the Death Star. The original Death Star was destroyed. See how black his hood looks and his shoes. They changed him to the Star Destroyer Commander. And just a little change up on names, but some of you guys might know that from Star Wars lore, and if you collected the original figures. I always liked these guys. I hated their hood, but now I sort of like it because it's sort of, I guess, vintage, reminiscing from when you was a kid, and you're starting to see why they wear it. It's just like a police helmet or hood, I guess, nowadays. But anyway, I sold this to Musketeer 65 for a total of $18.26, and of course shipping on top of that. And this is a recent purchase I bought in a big lot of pallet of books, I guess I'd say. This is an interactive songbook, children's songbook. It's got various pages and music, basically holiday themed, little song stories as it was. This sold to SSBL-577 for a total of $10 and one big bad penny. And I appreciate that, guys. Then this next one is sort of the creme brulee or creme de la, whatever you want to say. It's a Venom CGC graded 9.4, not quite perfect, but pretty close, certified comic. And I'm going to show you that. By Venom. And I always love it when we get these in these bags and we keep them in there and sealed as best we can. It's called Venom Death Trap, The Vault /NN, Marvel Comics from 393. March 93, basically. And guys, it sold to Rictor_7544 for a total of $74.78. Hey, I hope you really enjoy it. This is a really nice and sharp looking book. Great to add to any collection. And by the way, like I said, I don't want to skip this because this is going back to Mercari. But the 1909 gentleman, get that right. Yeah, JJ A. Marshall 164. He's a repeat buyer now. He bought two at one time, and I appreciate that. But I've got, the reason I'm saying that and taking a little bit of turns over and over again is, guys, I've got a total of 2 repeat buyers today, and I always want to shout out my repeat buyers because I truly do appreciate your purchases, and I appreciate those of you that buy more than one item. Even though we always combine shipping, we try to give back the excess minus some things that we keep, like $1 or so for the material and all those supplies that go along with it. But if it's over that, most of the time people get back almost everything they gave except for what it originally cost to ship the product. But I really do appreciate my repeat buyers, and I've got another one right here right now. The first thing this repeat buyer bought, and his name was PSVO-37. So I want to say thank you, PSVO-37, for being a repeat buyer here at Madcap Toys. We do appreciate you coming by and stopping by and shopping with us along with our other repeat buyer. But you bought a 2018, let's see if I can find it. Which one is it? Number 4. Okay. A 2018 IDW comic Transformers number 4, cover A, which means there's more covers than one. You bought this and one other combined comic shipping package for $25.34. You bought a total of 2 comics for that. And if I can combine it and save you some money on shipping, give you a bit of return, I will, as well as doing the other gentleman that bought off of us again today for a repeat buyer. I appreciate that. And then he also bought a 2016 IDW comic. Again, it's a Transformers comic. This one deals with Unicron number 6, and that's a cover A. Okay, and to know this, you're going to sit there and you're going to see the number 6, which is the issue, and you'll see there at the bottom, guys, cover A. Now sometimes they'll have them in different places along the edges, but you guys that are into comics will know where and what to look for. And then I've got one more today, and then I'm going to talk to you for just a few moments about a few things. I'm not going to make this a long video because we got a lot more that we've got to do and more orders that we got to work on looking and finding, hopefully to ship out as well tomorrow. It'll depend on when exactly some of our deals close. And that's a question I want to ask you guys. Are you seeing that you're getting more offers when you send offers out? People give you more counter offers or not? It seems like we're getting a little bit more, how can I say this nice, fish that are sort of nipping at the lure as it was, because they seem to be in the mood right now for deals. And we're doing pretty well on wheels and deals. And like I said, since we've done the reboot of the store, I've seen a lot more movement because my pictures have been refreshed. Our shipping, where we had, I think it was first class on a lot of things, they was just sitting out there in limbo land. For some reason, we never got them all the way done, apparently. And we took care of that. We've also had several items that were multi-listed, which we didn't do that. So I don't know how they got done that way, but we got rid of that issue. And I've been keeping pretty good track of it. But this last one is a prize sale here that I've got for you guys also. Sort of proud of this. I had the piece that went in here. This little, what is this thing? Anti-aircraft barbecue grill, gas grill, thriller shooter, or whatever, thriller gun, or whatever they call it. Twin gun thriller gas griller. I guess that's how they say it. Okay. And this here is that short-lived series of stone protectors. Now this box looks really nice, and I have boxes like this that some of you collectors are going to want to be keeping an eye out. I have not got a lot of stuff on like this at this point, but they will be getting on, so you're going to want to follow our eBay store. If you can, follow the main one primarily, but also follow the secondary, because it's going to get bigger and growing, and our main one's going to be bumping up here in the next little bit to a anchor store again. So I'm going to be able to put on a lot more stuff, and as I get time, more of these kind of items. But for instance, this here was originally produced back in 1993 by Ace Novelty. Now I should know that, but I don't keep all this stuff in mind anymore like I used to years ago when I had the toy store. But this vehicle box is how I put it down. It's sold to Brown Flea. Hey Brown, thank you so much, and I hope it adds to your collection, and maybe it can add to your vehicle stand or weapon stand, whatever you want to call it. But it's sold for $28.20 plus shipping to boot. Right, and I guess that's the way Kathy really likes it. You know, but I don't know. I'm not as good at that as she does, because she does this more than I do. I try to just talk to people about the issues at the time, then I get back to work and do the things that I always do. But guys, I have noticed as of late, there seems to be some more errors going on with eBay, and I get tired of going on about it and all that. I'm not going to go on about all the errors that I have seen, but I've had my main thing has been basically pages, I'm going to call it breaking up. And it means basically you'll go from one page, get ready to break, and it'll say, oh, sorry, it's not you, it's us, or oh, this is embarrassing, we've had an issue, or something of that nature. I can't explain all the ifs, ands, and buts, and there's times that I'll take and I'll be doing and I've noticed this, and if you're here and you've noticed this lately, I've had it where I'll get down to the bottom of the page, get ready to set the shipping, put in the price, put in the weight, put in all the ifs, ands, and buts dimensions as it was. And I've noticed also that I'll take and get ready to push that, list the item. Two things have been happening to me lately. You'll go, you know, just spin and spin. I'll stop it after a few moments if it's not listed, go back up. Half the time I'll go over to check and see if it's inactive. Yes, good. Then other times I have to redo it, and it'll go in, and I've got one like it should be. But there's also times that I've noticed after I redo it, after checking, keep in mind I always check my active after I ended it, and I'll wait for about 30 seconds. Then I'll go back and refresh the page to make sure there's only one active listing of that. Which, by the way, if there was two, I should have got a warning, hey, you're wanting to list two of the same things with the same titles, etc. and so forth from eBay. I've not. I had just today where the page was doing this spin thing again, and I stopped it after a while, checked the page, it wasn't listed, so I went back to redo it all again. And again, by redo it, I mean I had to do it all. We're talking title, pictures, description and weight and dimensions and the whole 9 yards. I sat there and I redid it all. I listed it, and it did it again. Did the spin, and then I stopped it, relisted it. Then I went in there and I posted it again, and it went on, but this time I had 2 of the same listing back to back as it was. Now I've only had that happen to me twice as of the last day, today. And today, this video should be for Monday, so you're getting this information from me on a Friday. So you're going to get this a few days, 3 or 4 days later. But guys, I'm wanting to know, have you been noticing glitches like this as well? Most of the time, and eBay, I will give them credit for this, most of the time eBay has been working fine for me, but we're still getting a few hiccups in the system. So I'm just telling you guys, please keep an eye out for this, because I don't want you having it where you got 2 items listed back to back, and then maybe one of your items getting blocked and you didn't do it on purpose, or eBay sending you a warning, hey, you're dual listing, or whatever the case may be that they do today. So I don't know, because usually if you have a dual listing, as I call it, you'll get notified, hey, you can't list this because you've already done it. Well, yeah, that makes sense if you've done it on purpose, trying to list something you forgot you had something else. But that's why usually if I've got, let's say, a 1926 Mercury dime, silver Mercury dime, I always check, do I have any more of these 26S silver Mercury dimes in G4? If I do, I'll put them in then a Dutch format with the original listing. But if not, if it don't show up, then I will put and create a new listing. And that brings up another issue. So basically we had 3 or 4 issues here. I've noticed a lot of times I have to search, for instance, when I was looking for the 1926S silver Mercury dime, good condition, I had to check in my listings today, do I have a 1926 in active listings, 1926 silver Mercury dime? Looked, didn't find it. Put 1926-S, found it. Sometimes you have to do multiple checkings different ways on eBay to find the item or items you are wanting, because I took and had sold that item on Mercari, as I said here, but I needed to also remove it off of eBay. I don't do a lot of what I call dual listings, and I'm doing less and less dual listings. And by dual listings, I mean I put it on eBay, put it on Mercari, put it on Posh, blah, or whatnot, wherever. I don't do that very often because I don't like to have to go back and take it off anymore. And I told Kathy, as of today, no more dual listings. If you put it on eBay, it's eBay only, whether it's main store, secondary store, the baby store, or Mercari or Posh. It's on one item, one listing, because it's just too big of a headache. I got literally hundreds and thousands of items that I can list. It's just getting the time to do it, or get me some manpower in here to do it when I get time and better money in sales. You know, just keep an eye out for that, guys. Also, Mercari, sometimes you gotta do a little shenanigans, like I told you, with the date and the mint mark on the coins as well. Or you can put silver coins, or you can put Mercury dime, 1924-S Mercury dime, or just Mercury dime. You know, there's different ways to do it, but just keep your head in the game and make sure that you remove a listing, because sometimes right now some of these little hiccups, whether eBay's editing in their area at that time, may not show up. And I'll tell you what, the other day Mercari was editing their site, because I had it where I was looking in active merchandise that I have listed, over 8,568 items at this time, which is not huge, because I've removed a few because we've sold a few on Posh and eBay and baby eBay, as well as Mercari. But we took, and I had it where I was doing searches on there as well, and yesterday they broke on me 2 or 3 times. So keep an eye out, guys. I'm just telling this to you so you don't get caught unaware and somebody buys something off of you, and then you have to do a cancellation, and that makes your non-fulfillment rate or cancellation rate, or whatever eBay decides to call it tomorrow, go up, because we want to keep you guys in as best of a shape and condition as we can on your seller's review and standards. So guys, thank you so much for watching with us, and don't forget, Give us a thumbs up if you can. Don't forget to share this video with your family, your friends, your community. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate your comments, thoughts, and ideas, especially if you've noticed some of these issues that I have mentioned, or maybe you've had a few issues that I haven't even experienced. I know I had a friend today tell me, hey, I've had 3 various issues of my own, but I'm not going to tell you what they were because he told me. I haven't experienced them. But if you've got issues, let us know. Thank you for your time. Thank you for spending it with us, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.